Hi guys, I found this spider in my stock. I was tidying up to get rid of stuff, take it back to charity shops, and spotted this there. Had a look through my archives and I can't find that I've done a video on it. So I've done a video last night of it running around. That'll be on my other channel, and today I'm going to do a teardown on it to have a look what's inside. It's character options, wild pets. There's 4 of them because I've looked them up, no longer available, but there's 4 of them in the series. This one apparently is called Eyegore, Eyegore, because he's red. And there's a blue one, a grey sort of browny white one, and a black one. They all do the same thing. You switch them on and they walk along, and they've got 3 moods that they can be in. I suppose it's probably relating to the speed they move at. So we have red eyes, green eyes, or blue eyes. And there's 2 little rubber contacts there, and if you push them, it cycles through the moods, the red, blue and green. So turn it on, so we're in green, red, blue, green, red, blue. And what I'm going to do now is take it apart so we can have a look inside. From this side we can see, say, character options limited, item number 29001, wild pets. That says copyright Moose China, off on, and then 29001 092 I5140. So some sort of serial number. Little wheel on the front there, sort of a I was going to say car-string wheel, but car-string means it turns as you move. That one doesn't. So that must just sort of slide when he changes direction. And it does change direction when it, I was going to say when it bumps into things. It doesn't appear to be when it bumps into things. It appears to just be every so often, sort of almost at random. And that looks like, I'm just trying to shake that. That looks to me like a little plastic lever that comes down and lifts that wheel off the ground. And that's what makes it turn. So if that lifts it off the ground, it's going to turn one way or the other. Right, let's take it apart. It has 3 button cells, AG13s I think, off the top of my head. What does it tell us? No. Can we get one out and have a look? Oh, LR44 that's labelled, but I think that's the same as an AG13. Right, I'll try and remember to keep this where we can see it. I've been using my phone to do this sort of filming for quite a while now, and I still haven't got the hang of getting it positioned right. I find I keep going off to one side while I'm working on things. I'll try and keep focused today. That's my Samsung Galaxy A51 5G, which I've had for a while now. Okay, so there's our cover. There's our 2 little rubber I think they're probably carbonized rubber or something, so they do actually make contact with those two metal pads there, and I expect it's a capacitance thing or something like that when you touch it, I am guessing. So, circuit board, nothing much to see on this side of it. Coloured LED, got 4 legs on it to change the different colours. We've already seen it's red, green and blue. Small coreless motor. What would that be, about 8mm? No, less than that. 6 or 7mm diameter. We might have a look at that in a minute. Legs. Looks like they'll come off if we pull that out. Yep, there we are. So that's our legs. A couple of little, yeah, that sort of U-shaped yoke fits on here. And that, if we switch it on, I expect we can see what happens. Yeah, there we go. So it gives it some sort of animation. That's interesting. Watching it go, that's going forwards. When it's going forwards, both wheels turn. So it seems to be quite random what it does. Right, that one's now going backwards and that one's not turning. Then it's gone back to forwards again. So backwards, backwards, both forwards. Backwards, both forwards. But it doesn't appear to be it's not detecting anything. There's no infrared LED or anything shining forwards to tell it which way to go. Let's turn it off again. On this side, we've got the on-off switch. And we can actually see, I think you can probably see. Let's refocus on that. All right. On the inside of that wheel, we've got a ratchet effect. So that's freewheeling in that way and digging in the other way. So that'll be some sort of stress release. Well, that's so it turns, isn't it? So when it's going backwards, that one's turning and that one doesn't. And then behind that, so we've got this cam that I was looking at that's actually driving the legs forwards, well I say forwards and backwards, side to side, so it's giving it a bit of a, can we demonstrate that on here? A bit of a wobble effect. Because it'll be doing, yeah, it'll be doing that. Make it look like it's actually walking. That's by can I hold that and do that? There we go. So it gives it a walking effect, even though it's just rocking the legs side to side. Because they're rubbery, as it's moving forwards, that's going to actually make it look like it's walking, because the ones that are up won't move and the ones that are down will be dragged backwards. Alright, leave them there. Okay, do we dare take this apart? There's clearly going to be quite a gearbox there to gear that little motor down and give it enough torque to drive it forwards. The only thing I'm not sure about is that's clearly the battery contact coming up there and soldered directly onto the board. So even if I undo that, we may not be able to get it apart. I don't know, no, we might be lucky if that, yeah, that battery tag's going to come right out if we lift that off. Okay, we'll go for it then. It's a long screw. So if I lift that up, yeah, there we go, it's bringing the battery tag up with it. And that's the other battery tag for the, so we've got 1 battery, 2 battery, 3 battery. So that's picking up the outside shell of that battery, and that's picking up the middle bit on there. So, looking at our circuit board, we could zoom in a bit again. I don't know if we're in focus or not. Okay. What can we see? There's definitely a chip there and a black blob there, and a capacitor there and a couple of resistors there, resistor there and the LED there. It actually tells you plus R for red, G for green and B for blue. We're not going to be able to lift that bit of plastic off, so we're not going to be able to see what's underneath there, because that's directly soldered on there. Can we see anything else? No, there's a few surface mount components in there, but nothing that we can actually get a closer look at. I mean, the black blob's going to be doing most of the work anyway. And that little chip there could easily be the H-bridge for the motor. I would think, being as it's right next to the wires that go down to the motor. Right, do we really want to try? What I'm not going to do is try and pull the motor out, because if you pull it and the wires come out of the motor, then you've ruined it, because you'll never get them back in again. I expect we could have a look at the gearbox. Right, all right, in one piece. So that's the wheel that I was talking about with the teeth on it, and that's the bit that it grips on or doesn't grip. Got one on both sides, that's interesting. I've just realised I've moved along, which is what I said I was going to try and avoid doing. Sorry about that. I think I was still close enough for you to be able to see it, but we'll have another look. So the wheel's got teeth on both sides of it, and they grip on these bits here. If we take that off, we can see the cam. I'm trying to remember what they call that. is that a Scotch yoke? I can't think. It converts circular movement to linear movement. That's the... Can I turn that? Yeah, I can turn it. If you look at the alignment of that to that, you can see that it's going backwards and forwards that way as I turn it. Okay, anything else we want to look at? It looks like it just clips together. I don't want to wave it around too much and break the wires, but we might be able to separate it out. Yeah, that's coming apart nicely on that side. Okay, gently does it. Make sure we're in focus for the big reveal. Lift that off the top, and we can see we've got plenty of reduction going on there. So in there is the gear on the motor. Trying to hold it all together. I think the gear on the motor probably drives that one. Move it into place again. Right. The gear on the motor probably drives that one, which drives that one. Small gear then drives that one. Small gear then drives that one. Small gear then drives that one. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4 stage reduction, and then finally that gear drives the actual wheel. Right, that is a tiny motor. What's that, about 10 millimeters long? I'm trying to hold it all together so it doesn't all fall out. But if I just gently lift that off and hold that, okay, we can see the cam. Can we see that cam? Yeah, see that cam that's actually driving this circular to linear conversion. So can we get it back together? Without any swear words. Let's zoom back out a bit. Right. So that did just sit straight over the top. Oh, it's all falling out. Don't fall out. Have I turned that round, or is that still the right way round? That's still the right way round, and it's fitted back together. I'm pleased with that, because I had visions of it all going horribly wrong. I could have put some lubrication in there while I was at it. don't think I'll bother. Oh, one thing I missed is that, oh no, that gear is fixed to that wheel. So that one hasn't got any ratchet effect on it. It's only that one. Right, that little slot just there is going to have to go on that bit sticking up just there. Oh, need to put the wheel back on as well. Right, so we need to make sure that goes under there. Okay, so that's back in place. That's in place. That's all clipped down in place. All aligned again. Are those screws both the same length? Yes. So that one goes back in there. What are we doing for time? 21 minutes. This is a bit longer than I'd intended it to be. And as I keep saying, turn it backwards a few times till you feel it click while the threads line up together again. See, so that's in place. That's going to go in there. Yeah, that's gone in nicely. That was that one. Okay, that's back in place. Put that battery back in again so we can check it's working. Yep, that looks okay. Yeah, so I just do that. I'm making the same contact that those two little fellas would be doing. Can you see them? Just. And as I demonstrated in the other video, it's got some sort of timer effect. So it actually cycles through the 3 different colours anyway if you leave it alone. And it does this little bit, it drives a little bit, stops, drives a little bit more, stops, turns, drives a bit more, stops. But it's not as a result of it bumping into anything, it's just randomly doing that. Or I say random, I expect it's got a sequence it runs through. Right, we need to line them up again. That one's over there. Switch it on again, see if they wobble. Yeah, there we go. I love this. I reckon it's brilliant. Lots of action for very simple, a very simple toy. Yeah, slightly longer video than I would have liked it to have been. Because normally I put the long videos on my other channel, Grandad's other channel. But I think this one I'm going to leave on my main channel because I've already put the extra long video of him just wandering around on the floor on the other channel. Right. Okay, we'll put them on the floor just briefly because we're already up to 25 minutes. See, it's not turning as a result of bumping into anything. That's just its random move a bit. That'll do. Thanks for watching. If you want more information, check down below in the video description. If you like this video, you might like this one up here. And if you want to subscribe, you can check out my channel over here. Up here is my latest video on my channel, and down here is a video playlist associated with the video you've just watched. Thanks again for watching.